Hello everyone, welcome to this math video where we will give a quick introduction on the equation of a line. So, well, the equation of a line, if we are given with a given gradient m, and gradient is m, y-intercept is c, then this equation can be written as y equals to mx plus c. Alright. And previously, we know that gradient m can be written as, the formula goes like this. And the formula for the gradient, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. And this form, since you are given gradient and intercept form, this form will be known as the gradient intercept form. So come. Since you are given y equals to 3x minus 5, what is the gradient? Yeah, pretty straightforward, huh? 3. Y-intercept is not 5, is negative 5. Let's continue. This will be 2 for gradient. Positive 3 for y-intercept. Negative 2 for gradient in this case. Positive 3. Negative 3. Negative 5 for the y-intercept. Okay, how do we sketch this graph? First of all, gradient is positive for the number 1. So, let's indicate the y-intercept somewhere first. Y-intercept is negative 5. Negative 5 is here. Since this is going to be a positive gradient, it should slope up. Alright, so it's going to slope upwards, and this is what's going to happen. Okay. Next would be, so this will be my y-intercept. Again, positive gradient, so I'm going to draw a line that is sloping up. And because its gradient is 2, so I draw it slightly more gentle. Oh yeah, forgot about this. Please do take note, you do need to label the graph. Again, y-intercept is 3, so it's somewhere here. But this time round, the gradient is negative 2, negative. So I will draw a negatively slope going down. Y equals to negative 2x, positive 3. And last but not least, the sketch of this will be negative 5. And negative. So this one will have to label the graph as well. Okay, let's continue. These are some special cases now. We will focus on the special cases now, where we see vertical lines. These are lines that is parallel to the this is y, this is x, so it is parallel to the y-axis. And the equation of this line, do take note. Every point on this line is equals, the x value is -4, so this will be x equals -4. Every line on this red color line, the x value is 5, so it's x equals to 5. And therefore, the equation of a vertical line is x equals to some number, I'm going to call it a, where a is the x-intercept. Horizontal lines are lines that is parallel. Again, this is y, this is x. It is parallel to the x-axis. And notice that every point on this line, the y value is always equals to 2. So it's called y equals to 2. Every point on this blue color line, the y value is always equals to -3. So it's called y equals -3. That's the equation. Since I know that, then you should be able to guess that this is the equation of a horizontal line, where C is the y-intercept. Equation of a line passing through the origin. I'm going to do a quick sketch. Origin, for your info, origin is this particular point down there. Okay, so this is my origin, which is 0, 0. Okay, so therefore, if I were to do a quick guide, the gradient, it can be y equals to mx plus c. And what do you notice about the c? What's the value of the c? Very good. The value of the c is 0. And therefore, finally, I just need to make sure that it is y equals to mx. The 0 is 0 lah. Equation of the x-axis. Okay, for x-axis happen to be a horizontal. So I look at the horizontal. Horizontal line is start with y. So y equals to, x-axis is here. So what is the y value? Yep, 0. Okay, now for the y-axis. Y-axis happen to be vertical. So I look at the vertical lines. It start with x. So x equal to, then I look at here. What's the x-intercept? 0. We have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Round Tan here, always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this math video where we are given the following question. We are given gradient and y-intercept, and we are supposed to first write down the equation of the line, followed by sketching of the graph. So let me do the first part first for part A. Given gradient, since we already know y equals to, this is the general form, where gradient is my m, y-intercept is my c. So, well, it becomes pretty straightforward. So the answer for this is y equals to 2x minus 1. Y equals to negative 3x. Since y-intercept is 0, then I shall not write the 0 down. Y equals to 0 times x minus 1.5. Y equals to negative 1.5. And we are all ready to do the sketching now. Alright, y-intercept negative 1, so that means it must cut through negative 1. So when I sketch this graph, gradient is positive. Positive gradient means it will slope up. And you notice when I place the ruler, I place it in this format, so that I will be able to get my negative 1 below here. And it is a positive gradient, so this is positive. And of course, please also indicate the equation of the line. Y equals to negative 3x, and negative means you have to slope downwards. Negative 3. So it's slightly steeper, and do take note, it must pass through y equals to 0, x equals to 0. Since the y-intercept is 0, so this should be it. So it must pass through the origin. That is the y-intercept. And of course, please also indicate the equation of the line. Last. This happens to be y equals to negative 1,5, happens to be a horizontal line where it passes through. This one is negative 1.5. Well, we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan Tan here, always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this math video where we will attempt to write down equation of line that we don't really need any working steps. So it's basically a 1-mark question. So let's see. Whoa, the first part we are given the gradient, (3). We are also given a point that passes through 0, 5. What does this 0, 5 means? Do you see that this 0, 5, the x value is 0? This tells me a very important thing. That means if I were to plot this point at the side here, x is 0, y is 5. This point here is 0, 5, you know. That means it is what we call the y-intercept. and therefore this 5 is pretty straightforward. I will be able to write down my equation very quickly. Y equals to 3x plus 5. 3 is my gradient, y is positive 5 is my y-intercept. That's why no working is required. Let's move on to part 2. Again, we are given gradient. We are also given a point, origin, and origin is 0.00. So, making use of what we have seen on part A of this particular question, negative 3 over 4x plus 0. So we need to simplify further. And we are done. Alright. Just to highlight that this is my gradient. And origin y-intercept is 0. So, yep. That's why it's the 0 here. Okay. Part C. Wow, it passes through 2 points. And one thing I realized is that for this particular question, the x value is the same, 3 and 3. Let's see what does this entail. Let's plot this graph at these 2 points neatly here. So x is 3. 1 is 3, 8. So I'm going to have an 8 here. So it should be somewhere here. 3, negative 2. Negative 2 is somewhere here. And let's see, I'm going to join these 2 points now. It is a vertical line. And we all know vertical line are special cases. And at this particular point, the x-intercept is 3. X is always equals to 3. So x equals to 3 will be the equation of the line. Let's move on. For the next part of this question, I realized something also. I realized that the y value is the same for these 2 points. Let's see what this entails when I sketch it out and plot these 2 points here. Negative 2, I would have 4. So it's somewhere here. And negative 3, negative 2, so negative 3. And let's see, what does this entail? I'm going to draw this line, sketch this line out. Okay, let me make it more accurate lah. Okay, accurate already. Okay. And do you realize that this happens to be a horizontal line? And we all know, horizontal line, all the points, for this case is equals to negative 2, y equals to negative 2. So we have come to the end of this video. And the last point I want to highlight to you is points that lie on the line satisfy the equation of the line. So all we have to do, we just need to substitute the x and the y of the point into the equation. Okay, those are the keywords for the strategy that we will continue to explore further on in this topic. We have come to the end of this video, and if you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan Tan here, always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this math problems where we are first given an equation. We are also given a point where one of the point which is the y coordinate is value p, and we need to find that. And very importantly, this is the keyword, passes through this point. Means that I am going to substitute in. This point is on this line. That means it will satisfy this equation. Okay, so as you can see, so my p, I'm going to substitute as y, and my x value I'm going to substitute in as well. Okay, so for part A, it's pretty straightforward. P equals to 3 bracket -2 plus 4. So from here, I will be able to get my answer pretty straightforward. -2. Done. Same idea. We are again given point. We are also given an equation. And they tell me that this lie on the line. Same idea. Lie on and passes through is the same. That means I'm going to substitute this point into the line. X is Q, Y is 4, and part B. Notice that 5 minus 2 Q. And therefore I'm going to solve this already. I'm going to plus 2q on both sides, so this is what's going to happen. I'm going to minus 4 on both sides and continue to solve. Divide by 2 on both sides, and we are done with this question. Well, we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan Tan here, always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Alright, let's discuss a little bit about how to present nicely when we presentation when we are writing equation of a line. At least for the gradient intercept form, all coefficient must be written as a fraction, meaning coefficient means the number of fraction in front of x. This is good. Okay, this is not good. If it is in a decimal, then it's not good. We generally discourage that. So it is better sometimes to write all equations with integral coefficient, meaning the coefficients, the number in front of x and y and variables are whole number, integers. Then how do we convert that? So let's take a look at this part. This one, how do we eventually write to this? I'm going to do the working at the side so that you all can see it clearly. So y equals to 5 over 4, x minus 1. I'm going to multiply throughout by 4. So that 4, the denominator can divide off, and I'm actually eventually it will become 4y here, this is 5x, and this is negative 4. Okay, I'm going to again see how this can be written without any denominators. So the working is at the side here. And I'm going to explain a little bit why on the notes we say multiply by 6 throughout. Because, well, I'm going to multiply by 3, right? So that here can divide off, right? Then here still got 2 as a denominator. So I need to multiply by 2. So that here also can divide off. So 2 times 3 is 6. That's why in the notes I straight away put multiply by 6. Alright, so here will be 6y. Here will be 2 times 7, 14x. And this part here will be 3 times 5, 15. So therefore this one will be 6y equals to 14x plus 15. Okay. There are names given to this form. One is called double intercepts form, and the other is a general form. Alright, those are names. Alright, we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan here, always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this math video where we will need to find the gradient and the y-intercept of the following lines. So the idea is that if we are going to find gradient and intercept from given equation, the main strategy is to convert into equations of lines to gradient intercept form. That's the key idea here, key strategy here. So let's look through one by one. So I'm going to do part A first. So for part A, well, what do you think we should do? Since we have 5y is equals to 3x plus 5. Yep, I'm going to divide by 5 on both sides and throughout. So this will be 3 over 5x. 5 divided by 5. If we can simplify, we continue to simplify further. And therefore, I will be able to get my gradient and my y-intercept. Okay, so gradient usually we use m to denote, so m equals to 3 over 5. We usually use the c to denote y-intercept, so c equals to 1. Alright. So let's continue to move on to part B. Part B B, need to do some algebraic manipulation. So the next step is to make sure one side is only have y. So I will have negative 5x, positive 4 here, divide by 3 throughout. And from here, this is my gradient, this is my y-intercept. And because now we are no longer writing it in equation itself, don't leave your answer like this. Leave your answer in mixed number. So gradient, y-intercept will be 4 over 3, which is equals to 1 and 1/3. Alright. I should use a ruler, neater this way. Come, let me take out the ruler. Okay. Part C. Alright, I'm going to, as part of the working on top, I'm going to times 3, times 3, times 3, so that 3 and 3 can divide off. I'm also going to times 4, times 4, times 4. Here is 3 divided by 3, 4 divided by 4. So eventually you will see the next line, I would have 4x plus 3y, 3 times 4 plus 1, 12. Okay, and again, ensure one side is only have y, so negative 4x, positive 12, divide by 3 throughout. If you can simplify, you continue to simplify. And therefore from here, gradient, y-intercept. And we are done. And the last line, come and take out a ruler so that it's neater this way. Okay. Come, let me shift a little bit so that I got space for my part D. Okay. Well, it's the same idea. I'm going to just rewrite this as 3y minus 1 equals to 8x. And this is pretty straightforward already. Plus 1 on both sides, divide by 3 on both sides. Make sure all can divide by 3. And therefore, gradient, y-intercept. Again, don't leave your answer for gradient as mixed number. I mean improper fraction. Leave it as a mixed number. Y-intercept. With that, we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan Tan here. Always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this math video where we will now need to find equation of a line, and there are generally two approaches. If we are given, this is the first approach. If we are given a point and a gradient, then we just need to substitute into this equation. But if we are given 2 points, A and B, then we have to do 2 steps. We find gradient first using the gradient formula, and then we apply back. Step 2 is to apply step 1. Approach 1, method 1. Because now we have either, we have at least 1 point. So either this or this, and we got the equation of the line. Okay? Because we now got the gradient as well. So come, let's see what we are given on below here. Oh, we are given a point. And we are also given gradient. So gradient is my m. This is my x1, y1. So I'm going to substitute into this equation, this formula. And yep. Y minus y1 is my 5. M is -3. X minus x1, 2. And just simplify. So this will be -3x, -3 times -2, +6, plus 5 on both sides. And finally, we got the final answer. We have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan Tan here, always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Alright, for example 5.3.6, you are given 2 points. Point A, point B, 2 points. I'm going to apply this method 2. So step 1, find gradient. So that will be the first step. Okay, so gradient will be y2 minus y1, so this will be x1 y1, x2 y2, so it will be -3 minus -5, need to put a bracket. Every time we minus a negative number, 4 minus -2. Let me take out a calculator. This one will give me (1/3). So now we just have to choose either A or B to substitute into the equation. Where's the equation? This is the equation of the line that we are going to substitute in. So come, let's draw a neat one. Okay, so put my ruler aside, and So I'm going to just choose, either one will do lah. Both will give you the same answer. Okay, I'm going to choose B because there's less negative number, okay? So y minus my y value, negative 3, equals to m is 1/3. X minus my x value is 4. So going to, this will be y plus 3 equals to 1/3 x, negative 4 over 3. So y equals to 1/3 x minus 4 over 3. I'm going to minus 3 on both sides. And finally, the final answer, negative 4 over 3 minus 3. This will give me negative 13 over 3. And make sure it is in mixed number. We have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan Tan here, always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Alright, hello everyone, welcome to this math problem where we will need to find the equation of the line. And we are given x and y intercept. Let's try and plot this point first before we decide which approach we can use. So, let me just do a quick sketch of this particular question. We've got the y. And we got the x. X is negative 4. Y is 1 over 5. So this will be the line. Okay. Aha. If I give me y-intercept, this means that the coordinates of y-intercept is 0, 1 over 5. The coordinates of the x-intercept is x is negative 4, y is 0. And therefore, going back to this approach to find equation of a line, we usually have two. Now we have 2 points. First point, second point. And therefore, we will use approach 2. Step 1, find gradient. y1 minus y2, this is x1, y1. x2, y2. 1 over 5 minus 0 over 0 minus negative 4. And this will give me a value of 1 over 20. Gradient done. Okay. And substitute either the point. I don't like fractions, so I'm going to substitute the x-intercept into the equation. What is the equation again? Come, let me show you. Y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. So y minus negative 4 equals to m x minus 0. So y plus 4 equals to 1 over 20x So y equals to minus 4 on both sides. And we have come to the end of this video. But last but not least, let's just do a quick sharing of some notes and tips. If you are given x-intercept, it means let y equals to 0. Y-intercept means let x equals to 0, since the x coordinate is this. And if we have the line that passes through HK, substitute x as kh, y as k into the equation. Well, we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan Tan here. Always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this math video where we are given 2 points and we need to find equation of the line. Of course, after that, then we still need to find the length of PQ where it makes the axis at P and Q. So we do the first part first, huh? Find equation of a line given 2 points. I'm going to apply approach 2 here. Step 1, find gradient. So let me just put it down here. So gradient is equals to gradient of AB is equals to x1, y1, x2, y2, 15 minus 3 over 5 minus, oh, my 5 doesn't look nice, 5 minus negative 1. And this will give me a value of 2. Step 2 is to substitute either value into the equation, which is y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. So I'm going to substitute b because it's all positive number. I generally like positive number. So gradient is 2x minus 5. This will be 2x, 2 times negative 5 is negative 10, and plus 15 on both sides. Positive 5. So we have done with part A of this particular question. Let's move on to part B to find the length of PQ where we have P and Q to meet at the axis. So I'm going to, since they never tell me whether is it P or is it Q at the X or Y axis, I'm going to just let P, let me just do a quick sketch to let you all see. I'm going to, if it is going to be the axis, I'm going to, for the x-intercept, y equals to 0. Okay, so I'm going to substitute y equals to 0 into the equation. And where is the equation again? The equation, we just found it here. Alright, so now y is equals to 0. My x, this allows me to find my x value of this x-intercept. So negative 5 equals to 2x divide by 5, 2 on both sides. Since this one is an exact value, I'm going to use decimal. So I have successfully gotten the x-intercept. Okay. And for the other point, for the y-intercept, x value is 0, so I'm going to substitute into the equation again to find the y value of d. Y-intercept, and actually don't even need to do this step because the y-intercept is 5 ma. But nevertheless, it just shows you that you can get this. So the other point will be 0, 5. So we have successfully gotten the 2 points. Now is to find the length of this particular point. We are going to apply what we learned previously. So my length PQ will be equals to the square root of x1 minus x2 bracket square plus y1 minus y2 bracket square. So just substitute in neatly and you will get the answer. So it's negative 2.5 minus 0 square plus 0 minus 5 bracket square. Square root 31.25 and see where does that lead us to. Leave your answer to 3 sig fig. 5, 9 units to 3 SF. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan Tan here, always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this math problem on coordinate geometry. We are given an equation of a line. Find gradient. Well, to find gradient, we will need to, the approach is to convert the equation into an cogradient intercept form. So that's what I'm going to do here. So bear with me as I adjust the space. Start with the equation. Apply some algebraic manipulation and I realized that I always try to make sure that my coefficients are positive, so I'm going to plus 3y on both sides and divide by 3 on both sides. And from here I will be able to get my gradient. 2/3. So therefore gradient is equals to 2/3. Part 1 done. Okay, let's move on to part 2. Part 2. Find the x and y intercept. So for x intercept, y is equals to 0. We got the equation. We can just substitute x is equals to 0. So for x intercept, y is equals to 0. So 2x minus 3 times 0 plus 15 equals to 0. Do slow and steadily, and eventually you will get that divided by 2 on both sides. Negative 7.5, that is the x-intercept. So x-intercept. What about the y-intercept? We actually have gotten it from the previous working, so we can just apply it eventually. We can just apply it. Don't even need to do working. 5. Alright, let's move on to the next question for part 3. Oh, a point lies on the line. Find value of k. So we have learned that previously. All we have to do is to substitute the point into the equation. So x is 3. Y is k. And just solve for this equation. Again, I like to make sure that so this one will be plus 21 equals to 0. Minus 21 on both sides, and divide by negative 3 on both sides. I found the value of my k. And let's proceed on to the last part. The line passes through this point. Find the value of h. It's the same meaning. Passes through the point and lies on the line. I'm going to substitute into the equation. So this one, give me another moment. So x is h, so 2h minus 3y, y is negative 4, plus 15 equal to 0, and solve for this. Negative plus 12 plus 15 equals to 0. Minus 27 on both sides. And divide by 2 on both sides. With that, we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan Chan here, always happy to share with you how to solve math problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this math problem where we are given equation. Nice, but the equation has an unknown k, and we have a y-intercept of the line that is given to us. This is a key information. So I'll bear that in mind. Since they give us y-intercept, I am going to convert this form into gradient intercept form. So ky is equals to negative 5x plus 6 on both sides, yep. Divide by k throughout. And from here, the y-intercept. Six over k. I know the value. They just give us here 3. That means I will be able to know that 3 is equals to 6 over k times k on both sides. 3k equals to 6. So I will be able to get my k lah. 6 divided by 3, 2. Part 1 done. Part 2. Oh, a line, the line. Line 1 passes through, not line, not L. L1 passes through the point P. They give me the gradient. Wow, this is important. Gradient of line 1 is equal to gradient of L. So of course I must know what is my gradient for L. Is negative 5 over 2. And this one happens to be equals to my gradient of L1. So I got gradient already. I also got a point. So using the approach, I'm going to substitute the gradient and the point into the equation. So y minus y1, in this case is 1, equals to the gradient. X minus x2, in this case is negative 2, so I put a bracket. Y minus 1 is equals to negative 5 over 2. I simplify inside first. So, and after which, continue to simplify. Times x minus 5. And eventually you will get the answer. Plus 1 on both sides. And finally, let me shift it up. So that's the gradient, that's the equation for line 1. Well, let's move on to the last part of this question. We are given line 2 now. And for line 2, intersects the x-axis at 4, 0. It has the same y-intercept as L. Find this equation L2. Since it has the same x-intercept, y-intercept as L, which is this. K is 2, right? So 6 over 2. 6 over 2. First of all, I need to find the y-intercept lah. 6 over 2 will be equals to 3. So therefore, the coordinates of this y-intercept is 0, 3. And I also have the x-intercept for 0. I will be able to find the gradient first. So this will be x1, y1, x2, y2, 3 minus 0 over 0 minus 4, negative 3 over 4. And I'm going to substitute either point and the... And now that we have the gradient, we also got the y-intercept. So we can just write it down neatly, right? So the equation is y equals to mx plus c, gradient x, y-intercept is 3. we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please feel free to click on the subscribe button. Mr. Ryan Tan here. Always happy to share with you how to solve math problems.